Hey guys, Jack Flash here with the Jack Flash review. Last night I went to go and see Powderfinger's last ever Sydney gig at Ace Arena, and well, it's sad to see, but wow, what a bittersweet send off. They've been around since '91. Those guys, they've always been here. They've always been a part of Aussie music, and I feel like I've taken them for granted a little bit in the way that they're just always accessible in their music, and they're always, they've always been around. And it was weird to see their last gig. It was really, really weird. They've been around for almost 20 years. They've got 7 albums. They've already got one best of. It was the only way I could sort of describe it is, having a best friend move away or something like that. But I've seen them twice before. I saw them once at the Great Divide toured with Silverchair, and I saw them again in 2009 at the Big Day Out. And so when I came in to Ace Arena, I wasn't exactly sure how they were going to top those gigs, because being a final gig and everything, you'd want it to really be a huge send-off. But yeah, when Bernard walked on stage and started playing Love Your Way, yeah, I knew that it was going to be pretty memorable. Yeah, he's as far as frontmen go, he's probably one of the best Aussie rock frontmen. There's only a select few amount of Australian bands that can, reach that level of atmosphere in their audiences and get that level of hype. And I think, it's sad to see that him, but I think he's left a good legacy behind, and obviously a role model for other frontmen to follow. There were a lot of great moments in that gig. Obviously, I can't name them all on one YouTube post, but the ones that really stuck out in my mind. Firstly, there was the 8-minute Thrilloology. That was an awesome rendition of that song. Especially the bridge was probably the part that stuck out. When the laser lights came on, that was that was pretty epic. There was, when Lost and Running, the opening riff for that, I remember the crowd got like 10 times louder as soon as they heard that, and that was cool, and it got everyone super pumped. Sunsets for me is a personal favourite, so that was really cool to see, and I'm glad they played it. When they played Since You've Been Gone, the opening riff for that was some real dirty blues, and that was very cool. The way that they drew that out really well, and it was one of the best songs. Probably around halfway, they actually left the main stage and went into the mosh to a side stage that'd been set up in the mosh, and that was really awesome because nobody knew that was going to happen. It was kind of left as a bit of a surprise, and They jumped on stage, and you could see all the people from the front turn around and face them, and they were all just in shock. It was really awesome, and they played Like a Dog and Stumbling on that second stage, and then after they finished that, Cogsy did a drum solo to finish off that, and that was really awesome, and that was going off. That was really cool. Possibly the climax was when Jet and Powderfinger were both on stage singing Day You Come. And after that, after they finished that song, Nick jumped onto Bernard and mounted him. And I hope somebody caught that on camera, because that was one of the funniest things I saw that night. That was really cool. Personally, for me though, I thought when they played My Happiness, of course they're going to play My Happiness, but when they played that, I thought that was really the standout moment that people are going to remember for a long time, and it's just such an important song, and it's everything that Powderfinger stands for in one song really, and you can't hear it and not be proud of what they've achieved, kind of thing. And I remember when I got home, I went on Facebook to see if there was a My Happiness for National Anthem page, but sadly there wasn't one, so that was unfortunate. But props go to Jet and Bertie Blackman as the support acts. Those guys, they really warmed up the crowd well, and wow, Nick's vocals, I mean, they're always great, but they were in fine form that night. My one complaint is that they didn't play My Kind of Scene. Again, it's one of my favourites. I was kind of expecting it since it was a farewell gig, but they didn't play it. But that's forgivable considering all the other great songs that they played. But I remember walking out and just looking around at the people, and there were tears in their eyes. And it was when I saw this, I realised, this is a hallmark in Aussie rock. This is, something that is going to be, looked at as, one of the great experiences that we have in rock today. And I tried to think about, what I could relate it to, and the only thing I could really describe it being like is it's very reminiscent of when Crowded House played out the front of out the front of the Opera House. But it was kind of like an Aussie version of the last Beatles or Pink Floyd gig. Like it was that kind of, it was that vibe. Because they've had such an impact on Aussie culture, and they're just, they hold an important place in Australian society and in all of our hearts. And I was really lucky to see them that one last time. And yeah, like, it's sad to see a musical force dissipate, especially one that's just so great. But they say go out with a bang, and wow, they went out with a massive bang. So it was a great performance. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and hopefully more videos soon.